What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I've been following the TV series pretty closely. As you know, we've seen the first episode and mixed reviews. The critics seem to like it okay. The fans split, I think. That's mostly because I think the writers of the show did what they always do with video game properties and come out and say, like, hey, we know better than the fans. We know better than the people that love this property. We saw it early on with The Witcher. We saw it early on now with Halo. We're going to see it with, we saw it early on with Sonic even. But they listened to it, and Sonic is, I don't know, pretty good. I don't know if I'd call it the gold standard, but it's pretty good. Even Detective Pikachu is pretty good in terms of, like, that's not really a video game movie, so to speak. It's kind of both an anime, cartoon, video game crossover type thing. It doesn't feel as much like a video game movie, but the Sonic obviously turned out great. The second Sonic movie, I'm hoping, will also be good. But Halo, the audience isn't really loving it, and there's a lot of reasons why, but I think it's just this combative nature of the writers that came out and said, hey, we know better than you. We know so much better than you that we're going to make the film, we're going to make this, I think it was $10 million on episode show. We don't care about the video game viewers, like genuinely, heartfelt, as some people might say. Critics giving it a 70, which isn't great. It's not anything to write home about, but fans pretty much universally underwhelmed, 59%. Some people enjoy it, enjoying it just fine, but there's been a lot of talk about it. And you have this thing where you end up getting the rights to a massive property. And then you get these writers in the room that think they know better. It's just like He-Man, for example. Like Kevin Smith was like, all these He-Man fans, forget them. We're going to subvert their expectations. We're going to make sure that, it's He-Man takes a back seat because it's after, of course, Masters of the Universe, not He-Man. But, you get this huge IP. You think, this isn't good enough, even though it has tens of millions of players worldwide and fans. You end up redoing the whole thing. Then you get the media to kind of push out this message saying, like, no. This is a good thing for all of you. And then they're putting out articles, which I think is interesting, saying that Halo TV show boasts record viewership despite fan controversy. This is just 3 days ago. Now, that headline itself sounds like, oh, okay, that's pretty spicy. But, like, what record? What does Paramount TV put out on their standalone platform that would ever compare to even the financial investment that they've put into this? The Halo TV show received negative feedback from longtime fans of the game series, but that didn't stop curious gamers from tuning in. But I thought this wasn't about the video game. I thought this was just about, they're just using the Halo lore. They don't care about the video game. They never even played the video game. Halo now, and, morbid curiosity is a thing. It's always been a thing. Halo now stands as Paramount Plus's most watched series premiere worldwide within 24 hours of its release. No viewership numbers were even made public by Paramount, but it should be noted that the Yellowstone prequel drew in nearly 5 million viewers when it aired on the same network. Okay, so Yellowstone's on there. That's a pretty popular show, I suppose. 5 million viewers, that's decent numbers. It's super decent. Not enough probably to justify the $200 million they spent making 10 episodes, but whatever. Halo debuted on March 24th, bringing the iconic Xbox game to life. According to network executives, it's been a major boon for Paramount Plus, with Chief Programming Officer Tanya Giles saying it's one of the most rewarding efforts for Paramount Plus to date. Thanks, fans, for the response. Along with our phenomenal partners at Showtime, 343 Industries, and Amblin Television, we cannot wait for fans to experience more of this incredible universe. Halo has already been renewed for a second season thanks to the success of its premiere. This is always a marketing thing, too. Like, Of course, it gets renewed for a second season. You invested $200 million into it. You're not going to just give up on it. I mean, ultimately, I don't know. The cast and crew has like all the familiar tropes, and it's kind of just like when you have this modern television, this modern TV, it's so formulaic that it almost has this like stink on it. You know what I mean? Like where you just know that all the powerful, smart characters are going to be women, usually women of walks, women of color. That certain groups of characters are going to be portrayed as dumb or bumbling, or less than, or evil. You just knew that was going to have this modern TV look, which is, an overcorrection to the assumption that there weren't enough strong female characters in the world. But then what's interesting to me, maybe everybody watched it. Okay. I'm not supposing this as fact. Maybe everybody who was interested in the Halo TV show paid the money for Paramount Plus, or maybe they had a trial or something, paid the money and already watched it. But if they didn't, this is embarrassing. Paramount Plus put out the very first episode for free. By the way, awesome thing to do. I mean, they should have done that anyway. It's been out for several days now and barely has 150,000 views. Barely. It's been out 2 days. It has 160,000 views. The iCarly reunion has 2.1 million views. The trailer for season 3 of Evil, which by the way is a good show. It definitely got super cringe woke at moments in season 2, but I was willing to, give it a pass. I really like Evil. But anyway, there's a strong female character who don't need no man in that show too, but it's pretty good. Hopefully they get back to more of what it was like in season 1 than what it was like in the end of season 2. But anyway, you have Halo. Like a trailer for season 3 has 763,000 views. I don't know if I believe that it did that well. You know what I mean? 160,000 views. There's a fighter's chance that this video you're watching right now will do close to that. Now, I'm releasing it late on a Saturday, so maybe that's not the case. But when you also look at the video itself, and the response to it, it has 7,000 likes, which is low for a video with 160,000 views. By the way, if you're watching this video, leave a like on it. But it also has, what you can't see, is 1,500 dislikes. That's, of course, not something that I would call universally positive. And it also appears as if it is they are deleting comments. That's what it seems like to me. You see 4 minutes ago, show must be hurting for it to be released for free. Who was the idiot that decided it would be good for the Master Chief to take off his helmet? Yeah, most quote acclaimed shows don't fish for subscriptions on YouTube. Having it available tells you that what Paramount thinks now. If they only had folks who made a real Halo series, guess they wanted Halo fans to have memories suppressed too. Oh my God, I never noticed that Amblin TV was involved in this. That's Steven Spielberg's company. There's no way Steven would have found this CGI acceptable. Really love the Mass Effect show. Canceled my membership. I mean, there are people that seem to like it. Here's one. Wait, what? This is actually pretty good. This is awesome. It's epic. So people... I don't know. I guess I'll have to look forward to your comments in the comment section down below and see if you had any interest in this show, because to me, it's kind of, I don't know. You could make the argument that it's kind of desperate to release it for free on HBO. Or on YouTube, but it's also doesn't look good that nobody watched it. Bro, I've been a longtime Halo fan, and I'm saying the show sucks hard. The CGI is pretty bad. Man, is terrible. For a show with such emphasis on a tightly controlled system of military and politics, things went haywire a little too fast. I shouldn't have wasted my time on this. So much is wrong with this. The elites look like bloated Ninja Turtles. I mean, this is garbage. There are some positive comments, but there are very few. And I'm actually surprised that they allowed comments at all, or like and dislike voting. Reel us in to see what Paramount Plus is. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't think it looks very good. The overall show feels janky, but very promising. It's not great. But, maybe they shouldn't have dismissed. Maybe these are just all people that are still angry that the writers were like, we know better than the people who have loved the franchise for the last 20 years. We're just going to disregard them and not play the video games. And there's angry people about that. But again, this is not how you appeal to the video game community when you need them to support your show. And I would be very surprised if episode 2 of Halo the series did anywhere near the numbers episode 1 did. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.